Our roads are being fixed. It is true that more roads have been fixed and are being fixed over the last 5 years than any relative period in the entire history of our nation. We even want to do a lot more, and this budget will cater for this. That is why for decades, governments after governments imposed and maintained tolls on some public roads to raise funds for road construction and maintenance. This is the situation in many countries. However, over the years, the tolling and impacted negatively on productivity. The congestion generated at the tolling points, besides creating these inconveniences, also leads to pollution in and around the vicinities. To address these challenges, government has abolished all tolls on public roads and bridges. This takes effect immediately. The budget is approved on appropriation. The toll collection personnel will be reassigned. The expected impact on productivity and reduce environmental pollution will more than offset the revenue foregone by removing the tolls. Tolls, Mr. Speaker, would be abolished on all public roads.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and click on that bell icon and get notified every time we share something new. You know we always share something new. Stay consistent.
Our roads are being fixed. It is true that more roads have been fixed and are being fixed over the last 5 years than any relative period in the entire history of our nation. We even want to do a lot more, and this budget will cater for this. That is why for decades, governments after governments imposed and maintained tolls on some public roads to raise funds for road construction and maintenance. This is the situation in many countries. However, over the years, the tolling and impacted negatively on productivity. The congestion generated at the tolling points, besides creating these inconveniences, also leads to pollution in and around the vicinities. To address these challenges, government has abolished all tolls on public roads and bridges. This takes effect immediately. The budget is approved on appropriation. The toll collection personnel will be reassigned. The expected impact on productivity and reduce environmental pollution will more than offset the revenue foregone by removing the tolls. Tolls, Mr. Speaker, would be abolished on all public roads.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and click on that bell icon and get notified every time we share something new. You know we always share something new. Stay consistent.
We are here at Tech Junction in Kumasi, and many people are complaining following the announcement of increase in fuel prices, and transport operators say they are the worst hit following this announcement, and they are complaining that further increment will cripple their businesses. 46-year-old driver Kwame Sani sits in his vehicle awaiting his turn to get his passengers on board. He is worried the day will end without making enough in profit. He is unable to adequately provide for his family. Kwame attributes this to the persisting increase in prices of fuel. The price hikes have adversely affected his daily income.
From morning till evening, I even bought a fuel of maybe, let's say, 120. But now, before closing, I have to buy like 150. So due to the little one I will get out of, that's my own personal one. So that also will still go back to the fuel issue. So sometimes even when I left home, even to my family, for them to even eat, sometimes is a problem. Because due to the car is not mine, it's someone, so I have to go and balance, give the dues to the owner. So without taking the money there, that means the owner will collect the car back.
Kwame Sani has been in the public transport business for the past 30 years. The inconsistency in fuel prices over the years worries him the most.
The fuel prices now has been increasement without even any announcement. We are not even, until when you get to the filling station, you want to buy a fuel, you see that everything is high. So it's affecting us. Why? Because they haven't increased any money for us for the transportation. Because the little one we should get, that's what we are using to buy the fuel again.
Other transport operators who spoke to Joy News are worried about the cost burden of the fuel prices.
We buy fuel at a price of 180 cedis and 200 cedis. At the end of the day, the car owners also demand their share, which is between 130 to 150 cedis. At the end of the day, how much profit do we get?
Bibia bo be koso mam adengan aden say Akufuado papa say nipa nya de o ma we Akufuado wo patron ntobi.
Everything is expensive in this country. What do our leaders want us to do? They don't even buy fuel. I use all my profit for fuel. It's like I work for the filling station.
50 cities we have fans me on to petrol crowd. They be on top of 50 cities musume.
Like other commercial drivers, Kwame feels they are the most unfairly treated workers. He wants government to intervene.
We drivers, it seems like every government, when every government comes, they doesn't even, it seems like we don't know whether we did anything wrong to them or what, we don't know. Begging the government so that may God touches their heart, so that they should help us, so that let the things calm down.
Mona Lisa Frimpong reporting.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and click on that bell icon and get notified every time we share something new. You know we always share something new. Stay constant.
Our roads are being fixed. It is true that more roads have been fixed and are being fixed over the last 5 years than
because almost all we solve it in our school in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. We bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we solve it in our school in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. We bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we solve it in our school in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. We bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we solve it in our school in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we solve it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we solve it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass.
So, before we even cut to the chase, this evening I have a very important announcement coming in from the Electricity Company of Ghana. Ashanti Business Unit, Strategic Business Unit. Yes, they have something very important for everybody to know. And so the ECG says it's undertaking a planned maintenance work to improve service delivery, and the date is as follows. Tomorrow, of course, 18th November 2021, this maintenance work is happening. See the Electricity Company of Ghana, and the time is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please listen carefully to the areas that would be affected by this maintenance work from the ECG. Now, the areas include Offenso, Nketia, Esofia, Barikese and its environs, Konsakwari, Edujama and its environs, Kronum Cement, Hemai, Amomai, Adankwame and its environs, and also Ghana Water, Barikese headworks. The places to be affected by tomorrow's planned maintenance work by the ECG include, once again, Offenso, Nketia, Esofia, Barikese and its environs. The rest include Konsakwari, Edujama and its environs, Kronum Cement, Hemai, Amomai, Adankwame and its environs, and also Ghana Water, Barikese headworks. The ECG says it regrets the inconvenience that will arise out of this particular exercise. And so if you are leaving home, make sure that you are catering to your gadgets, you are keeping it well, because this planned maintenance is going to happen between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Of course, this has been signed by Engineer David B. Asamoah. He's the director for the Ashanti Strategic Business Unit of the Electricity Company of Ghana. And so back to page 995 here on Love 99.5 FM. We are live on Facebook. You can join us at LUV 99.5 FM. LUV 99.5 FM. That's our fan page on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at Love FM 995, Love FM 995. Also on Instagram, you can follow us at Love FM. Yes, 995 Love 99.5 FM. That's our Instagram handle. Also, we are on TikTok. Yes, TikTok is blazing with so much challenges. I mean, it's so fun that when you go on our Twitter account too, and of course our TikTok account, you get to join the challenge there. So on TikTok, you can find us at LUV 99.5 FM. Also on YouTube, you can subscribe and also watch this program live. LUV TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join tonight's conversation. And alternatively, or adding on, just pick up your phone, go to your Play Store or your App Store, download the Adom Online app and also the My Joy Online app. Install it on your phone, and after you install it on your phone, click on Listen Live or watch our live videos and go to the stories that we have for you there. Yes, you have a feel of what we are doing there and you become a part of this bigger family. Download the My Joy Online app or the Adom Online app and definitely get to listen to this program live wherever you are across the world. On WhatsApp too, we are very much active. 055 1111 995, 055 1111 995. And later on the show, as we always do, we like to hear you in the studio, and so we'll be activating the phone lines also on 03220 83596, 03220 83597, and 03220 83598. Yes, today the budget was read by the Finance Minister, Ken Oforiatta. We have reactions for you. We have some of the things he said earlier this morning or earlier this afternoon for you. We'll be sharing with you all of that information. But of course, it's not just you outside there listening and watching us. We also have our panel in the studio tonight. I have Richard Appel. He is a lecturer at the University of Education, Winneba, Kumasi campus. Yes, that university has a new name. Apia Menka Memorial Edino Wadodo Edino Wat. The initials, you can't even mention it, but well, that's where he works, and tonight he's joining us in the studio to dissect the issues that has happened on social media. Also, we have Prince Techi in the studio. He is a public interest advocate, and we'll be delving into the issues. So wherever you are, if you are driving home, if you are having dinner with your friends, if you are hanging out, if you are just sitting out there, wherever you are, whatever you were doing, we hope that you can join us and bring on, of course, your comments and all the things that we need to hear when it comes to Page 995, where we get to discuss the things that you are talking about on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and every other social media platform that you know of. And talking of trends, this evening we have the Finance Minister top on trends. We have the gentleman called journalist Albert, yes, also on trends. On Twitter and on Facebook is blazing everywhere you go, and so many other people. But of course, some of the things that happened after Monday when we came on the show at 7 p.m. was that yesterday we heard of the demise of the former transport minister under the Mahama administration. She was in the person of Madam Jifa Ativo, who died at the age of 65. Now, family sources says she died in the early hours of Tuesday, November 16, after a short illness. And we understand that she had been visiting the hospital for treatment, and unfortunately, we lost her. I mean, if you don't remember her, she was the minister in charge when the Metro Mass bus branding came up. She resigned. Later on, she came out to tell Ghanaians that we had to vote for the NDC administration so that if the NPP is voted into power, she might not face any jail term. I mean, well, we all know what happened, and unfortunately, we lost Madam Jifa Ativo at the age of 65. She was quite phenomenal when it comes to the NDC in the Volta region. She lost the parliamentary primaries to Emmanuel Bejra in the whole West constituency. When you go on our Facebook page, we have sadly pictures of her celebrating her 65th birthday. Yes, looking so beautiful, exquisite, and I mean, all the beautiful adjectives you can use to describe her, but unfortunately we have lost her. Yes, she was also the owner of Whole-Based Global FM and defunct Volta One TV. May her soul rest in perfect peace. And she's not the only one who has been lost or in the political space recently. We also understand that Mr. Marlon Anipa, the first DC for the newly created Guan district of the Otu region, who was confirmed barely 2 weeks ago. In fact, he spent 11 days as the DC for the area. He also died, we understand, on Monday night. May his soul rest in perfect peace, or may their souls rest in perfect peace, Mr. Marlon Anipa and Madam Jifa Ativo, the late. Now, to our issues for tonight that we have for you. Before we came in, you heard us play a couple of voices, and one of the very topical ones we played was the banter, if you want to call it that way, between Nanaba Namwa, Bridget Otu Sewa me here, and the gentleman called journalist Albert, aka Bongo Ideas, on social media, where he faced a panel for a TV presenter audition. And he was literally roasted by these ladies. Yes, they wanted to address the issue of cyberbullying, but they ended up bullying this gentleman. Now, we understand that after all the humiliation and all the things that you can think of. In fact, if you don't know journalist Albert, go on our Facebook page right now, LUV99.5 FM. We've projected his pictures there. Yes. We understand he's landed a job at the office of the lead, lead prosecutor? Unofficial prosecutor at this point. I mean, Anabanama, she works at GH1. And we understand he's landed a job at GH1. Aye. And when you go on our Facebook page, you find the gentleman in some shots with the CEO of EIB Network and also Nanaba and so many other people. And so, in a tweet, one of the people or one of the gentlemen who works at GH1, popularly known on social media as Caleb Fields, tweeted, "Meeting done at Bongo Ideas One starts work with GH1 TV on Monday." And of course, this particular tweet was accompanied by an image of journalist Albert Bolore and of course Nana Abba Anamwa. And in fact, we actually also wanted to confirm whether really the gentleman has been given a job opportunity at GH1. So when we actually went on his own page or his handle, he also actually tweeted, "I met at the Real Bolare and the Nanaba today." I mean, these are their Twitter handles, and they have given me a new chance. Starting hashtag anti-cyberbullying campaign with EIB Network Ghana. We understand there was an initial job offer from the CEO of Loud Silence Media in the person of Kelvin Taylor. Kelvin said he was going to give this gentleman a job and was going to pay him $500 at the end of the month. Is it that they have played a fast one on Kelvin or what? Or is it because Kelvin also, we understand, fired the 3 women? And so, like, is this some damage control thing? That is what people are asking on social media. And people are also saying that, your agenda for Nibia, maybe it's about time you gingered your agenda moves, because you never know where it can land you. Yes, Albert has gotten a job, we understand, with the GH1 or EIB Network, following the issues that happened between himself, Nanaba Namwa, Sewa Mi here, Bridget Totu, and some other people, including Lydia Forson and so many other media personnel. Now, to our second issue for tonight is something we touched on Monday, but it doesn't look like it is dying off anytime soon. It's about the penalty that South Africans like to describe as controversial. The particular penalty that Ghana scored that landed us to top our group. And so it has kicked South Africa out in a way. They are protesting. Today they held a press conference back in SA and they accused Ghana of match fixing. Here is the coach, Hugo Bruce.
To assistance, forget it. Ghana will win this game. And in my career I had also those games that you think that the referee is against you. And it is because you are emotional, because you are nervous. And after the game, you have to be honest with yourself and tell, yes, okay, you were too nervous, you didn't see what it was, and okay, he was also against the opponent, and it's normal. But here after the game, I was more convinced that he has been against us, that we couldn't win that game. And this is very frustrating. I saw players crying after the game. I saw frustration, I saw anger, I saw everything. And I think it was the right emotional thing that we have to have after that game. So I hope, really hope that the complaint will be received and that we can at least replay that game, because we deserve that. For the future, I think what I said in the beginning, it's a totally other situation. We have a team now.
So that is the South African coach raising the issues at the presser today, and some of the issues they raised that day. Danny Jordan, who is also the South African Football Association president, says there's a huge suspicion that the match was fixed. and that claims he can prove betting spikes before major refereeing decisions were made. According to the Rook, he says a defender, of course he's a defender, he also alleged that decisions were already decided for before the game started, claiming that the referee promised to book him before the game started. Former referee Ace Nkobo also says that his independent analysis proves that 90.9% of the decision went against Bafana that day, and he also says that his analysis proves the bulk of poor decisions came in the first half. And like I said, they've actually filed an official complaint to FIFA, and they are yet to receive a response from FIFA. And the thing is that they are actually confident that they will get a replay of this game. And of course, we have issues regarding the BEC. We understand some teachers have been picked up for engaging in some examination malpractice. BEC, so anyway, on that note, I'm going to bring in Richard at this point. Our main topic for tonight is going to be about the budget road tolls that have been scrapped on all public roads. Do you even have private roads in this country? Anyway. And so what will replace road tolls, we'll be telling you later on this evening. But Richard, let me give you the first 10 minutes to touch on any of the issues we've raised. South Africa accusing us of match fixing. We've lost 2 souls in the political space. Quite a sad moment. And of course, our very own repented social media bully has landed a job. Is it a blessing in disguise, or it was a clear damage control by the people involved?
All right, Patricia, thank
yesterday
you
there was a touch screen analysis on this issue. The 3 queens versus the scorpion.
I see.
Uncle Paul.
Anyway, I know, right? When you say tax streams, you know where it's coming from.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I want to say a very good evening to your good and cherished listeners.
Okay, and our viewers anyway.
And the viewers, which I believe they are all discerning listeners. With that opportunity, I would want to actually touch on the 2 people that
just come closer to the microphone for me.
Yes,
sure.
the 2
Thank
people
you.
that we have lost in our political space. The first one happens to be Honorable Jifa Ativo. I mean, when I heard the news, it was a sad moment. She served her country as a transport minister, and she was very honorable to have
resigned.
Yes, created a controversy and resigned. In later days, we have seen people justifying some of such more grievous corrupt practices, and she decided to actually do the right thing by resigning, and to the extent that she actually decided to spend much of her time in trying to serve our country. I think we have lost
a real gem.
Yeah. And then I would want to say a very good condolence to the family, the loved ones, the political party that she belongs to. And then to the DC, I mean, a DC is sworn in, and then Monday he assumed duty. We were told that he went round to...
Yeah, the BEC candidates, he went round wishing them well, like, putting your final beats to it. Bend the paper, like that boy said.
Yeah, it's also very sad. We also want to say a very condolence to the family, the New Patriotic Party, and then the people of Guam. And we hope that they will find hope in somebody else. Now, the next issue has to do with this football. I'm not really a fan of football, but I'll try to say something.
That's fine, it's okay.
Yes, the issue of South Africa. We all watch the match, and we are saying that in the game of football, the evidence would have to show. For me, I wouldn't say that the penalty was not deserving of Ghanaians. The South Africans, of course, have a reason to challenge any decision on the field, and I think that they have gone to the right quarters. We are told that they have gone to FIFA, and FIFA has
they have gone to FIFA,
receipt of South Africans' complaint, and they have given Ghana up to 20th of November to also provide them with any material evidence that they will have that will help them to properly adjudicate the matter. That is very good, and so we see what come out of it. So we will leave that one there. And then there was the issue of a young man, Albert, who has now become cyber bully campaigner. And I followed the issue. I watched the synopsis of the issue on the GH1, the Star the next star.
Yeah, TV auditioning.
And for me, I would say that it was unfortunate, especially the platform that actually was used by Nanaba, Bridget, and then Sewa. Indeed, if we were talking about professionalism, Nanaba could not have used the official media platform to address personal issue that he has.
She has with the gentleman, okay.
The young man has come there. In any case, they saw the young man's application. And so if there was any scaffold that they have to settle, not on set, I saw that one to be show of impunity and taking advantage of, because, and I also feel that it was actually complete disrespect to the viewers of that particular TV station and the show as a whole. And again, like many other people have suggested, what she did is actually also tantamount to cyberbullying. That is not an attempt to actually kind of defend what the young man did. Indeed, in the country's laws, cyberbullying is actually a crime, which can be found in the newly Cyber Security Act that was passed in 2020, which makes cyberbullying a crime.
A crime, yeah.
And so, of course, if she felt that she was a victim of cyberbullying, especially so she being a woman, the law actually protects women that much when it comes to issue of cyberbullying. So at a level, she know the appropriate quarters to have seek for redress rather than using a TV platform. I mean, I saw that to be an attempt to vindicate, more or less, to say that he's hitting back at him.
It was like,
exactly. And if you look at some of the points she was making, that say it to my face, the question has been that if the young man has said that, what was she going to do? Was she going to beat the guy? No. And so what exactly was the point? What point was she trying to say? So for me, I feel that I look at that as complete set of impunity on their behavior. And to the extent that the two other people, Sewa and Bridget, were trying to cheer her on, like give it to her. I mean, professionalism, they themselves should have known that what they were doing was completely wrong. Nobody's, I mean, cyberbullying is not the right thing, especially, and then you see in the internet, if you put something on it and this young man even decide to delete what he has put on it, there was something called digital footprint.
Sure.
Which will take close to about 100 or so years to be able to clear anything that you put on the internet. And so clearly, the young man was wrong, but the approach in settling what the young man did was completely also wrong. And it's actually worse than what the young man was purported to have done. Now, I've heard about the issue of his employment. I feel that this whole setup was actually a move to cover the unprofessional behavior that was actually exhibited by the Nanaba and then Bridget and the other
three queens.
Yes. And I felt that it was complete, it was a move. Yes, we agree. And now the young man has repented. And he has become the chief campaigner against cyberbullying, which we think that it's good. And I mean, from initially he admitted, he apologized. And for me, I think that that is good because we all err. That's why we keep saying that to err is human. And so if once he identified that he erred, what he did was right. But again, we also thank them. I believe that they've given him a second opportunity.
Yeah.
And it is very important for Nanaba, to also in her own moment reflect on what they did, and if there was a need to provide an apology to the viewers of the station, that would be welcome.
I think if you have not seen the gentleman in question with his new bosses, you should go on our Facebook page right now, LUV 99.5 FM, and I like the arrangement. Shorter, taller, you know. Just go there, have a feel of how Albert is. In fact, I see a very humble, you know, like, okay, there are some words you can't use already at this particular moment. But let me welcome Prince now. And Prince, I'm going to give you the next 10 minutes to touch on our issues that we have for tonight. Of course, the first part, SAFA, that is South African Football Association, accusing Ghana of match fixing. They have reported us officially to FIFA, and they are waiting for a word from FIFA, and they are hoping to get a replay at the end of the day. Repented cyberbully on Twitter. Yes, Albert has landed a job at EIB Network. Is it a damage control thing, or it was just a blessing in disguise? You know, you never know what will shoot you to fame or anything. And of course, we've lost 2 people in both the NDC and the MPP. Of course, the NDC lost Ama Benuado, Honorable, earlier. Yes. I don't think her funeral has been taking place. No. So. Wow. And Auntie Jifa has added on.
Basically, we add up to the condolences that we are sending to family. I remember when Peace FM came initially and we were trying to listen to politics.
Yeah.
I mean, she was very vocal
there and everything.
And I think that time they were in government. And even when they left government and then the MPP government came under President Kufuor, she was one of the main
people very outspoken
people. And anyway. I think that she's also phenomenally done well for the country.
Media souls rest in perfect peace. Prince, the next 10 minutes is for you. Before we come to the issues regarding the budgets. Now, people are skeptical. They say they won't be sending Momo again. Let's see how that goes. We'll be telling you the reason. But Prince, let me take it away from you for the next 10 minutes.
All right. Let me greet our cherished listeners across the globe, those listening and those watching on Facebook. Let me also,
and on YouTube, Love TV.
YouTube, okay.
Yeah.
And let me also greet our very own PATRICIA BONSU free autosumino. The Adanse Mahine. And then of course PATRICIA BONSU free autosumino. And of course, the Director of Public Interest Advocate, Frank Denyansa. I know you are listening. But do you know that Yawusu, a Ghanaian citizen, has met his untimely death in Muzuluku in South Africa, following a heated argument with some indigents over the eligibility of the controversial penalty. Awarded Ghana against South Africa on Sunday during the FIFA World Cup qualifier.
You know one other thing the SAFA president added? He said he knows that if the Black Stars didn't win the game, Nana would have been very hot. Like the president would have been sitting on some hot right now. So I'm sure both countries know the implications of whether a win or lose. I mean, the implication, what it would mean for either of them.
Yes, the reason why I first read this is for us to see how dangerous it is turning to.
Yeah.
Our own Yawusu is dead currently in South Africa.
Because of football.
Yes, he tried defending his country's penalty in somebody's land, and he has ended up dying untimely. Look, back to history, but 1996, we didn't qualify because of South Africa.
Is it the Kama bit?
No, you see, look, football is having its own history. It's right. And sometimes if you fail to appreciate the antecedent of football, you end up saying things with emotions and forgetting that similar effects were in your favor before. Look, the controversy and the sort of tension that exists between Ghana and South Africa is not today. The McFish time, Abedi time and all that. But on the very penalty, initially when I saw it, I said, as a football fan, I said, this is my penalty.
But Mata didn't dive.
Good, but other angles, different. You see, they have different cameras and the way they
are they using the VAR?
No, in the qualifier.
They're not using, okay.
But different cameras there captured it from different angles. And my initial impression, I said it wasn't a penalty because if indeed, that was my initial thought. If indeed there was a pulling of shirt and the person was trying to indeed kick the ball or get the ball, the person would have rather fell on his front.
On his front, not rather on the back.
You get it?
Okay.
So that was my initial impression. But upon watching other videos, I realized that there was a contact.
Now.
And so if there was a contact, the rules of the game also give the referee some sort of discretion that he will determine whether this contact is soft or it's a hard contact. And so none of us also making all these commentaries or saying all these things were closer on the field than the referee.
Okay.
You get it? The referee was also closer on the field of play or closer to the incident than all of us. And so
in a quest of you trying to explain, we have to also give him the benefit of the doubt. But there is a possibility, and let's also understand that match fixing is part of football. Don't forget the question of the saga.
Hey,
we had referees,
the pocket issues.
We had referees, and so if they are raising allegations of match fixing, my problem, where I don't have really a problem, or where I think South Africa is making too much noise, is the fact that they've not really shown us any concrete evidence of match fixing. That we have this footage, like Kusentechu's own, like we met the referee here, this brown envelope exchange hands and all that.
People putting money in their shin guards and all of that.
So, in the absence of that, I would want to wait, because I've also seen their letter. It's basically allegations. And the principle of the game is that he who alleges must prove. And so far as they are alleging, I want to believe that they have proof. But if they don't, I think this will be just something that FIFA will just quash it. But Ghana must be careful.
I hope they quash it anyway.
Ghana must be careful. In as much as even the parents going forward is quite very scary. Referees should be careful. South Africa is trying to scare referees that will officiate the knockout for Ghana.
The playoffs, yeah.
Because this team, they are capable of manipulating. So all eyes must be on Ghana. That is how I see the drift.
Oh, I see.
That's fine. They know that even though these whole allegations they are leveling wouldn't really yield any benefit or any profit for them, but they want to really sound some sort of caution.
Like they do with their vuvuzela.
Good. And their aim is finally to get Ghana out of World Cup. They know that they don't really have any concrete evidence to that to back their claims, but they want to draw the attention of the whole world to make Ghana's playoff one of a kind.
They don't know that. Interesting enough, I mean, politically, every during late Jerry John Rawlings' time, did we go for any World Cup? No. President Kufuor, we went.
Yes.
Twice. We went twice. Simple.
No,
okay.
Once. 2006, 2010. That is Mills's time.
At Mills we went. Time, yes.
The shameful 2014.
We carried money to Brazil under Mohamed's administration. Now Nana also needs a World Cup.
We missed it.
Nana has missed one already.
Nana has missed one. Okay, so this one you cannot miss it.
But you see, my problem is also the fact that we do politics with football. Do you know why? Currently, you can't compare a couple of players we have to the previous players that we've had. And so if you are comparing that Nana did not qualify, are you comparing the
That's
players?
That's even on the lighter note too. Nobody should take it serious.
No. But you can say on the lighter note, but on the street, we've even had MPs and ministers and even politicians saying that if Ghana fails to qualify, the blame must be put at the doorsteps of the president. Haven't you see that? Haven't you heard it before?
Hey, but he's not below.
Yes, but you see,
he wasn't
that is why I'm saying that the politicization of our football is a problem, because currently Ghana do not have the squad. If we look at the squad we've had before, the sort of players we've had, is it not shocking that we will seed Pot 1 and Ghana is not part? That must be a shocking news to you, Pat. That's Ghana, football nation, the branding, everything, the noise we make, and we will seed countries that are favorite to qualify. That is a perception.
Is there no Ghanaian player in the Africa Best 11? There's
no
Ghanaian player
currently.
Yes, currently.
I don't think so.
Please, if you know it, let us know. You can share it with us on our Facebook page, LUV99.5 FM. You can send it to our WhatsApp number, 055-1111-995. And of course, when we activate the phone lines too, you can share with us whether there's any Ghanaian player currently on the Africa Best 11.
Because if you look at the game, Ghana is not playing any good game. It's just Takashi something, and a panic we just kick our lobby, we score. But you see, luck is also sailing us through. But let me say that we are now at the time of test. The real deal is the playoff. Looking at the countries outlined, the Tunisia, the Morocco, Senegal, Nigeria, Egypt, Really? But we pray that Ghana, the black star of Africa, will shine.
I see.
I don't want to really touch on that because my co-panelist has done that justice to that. You see, young men must understand that you can't always win by being foul. Sometimes you have to be fair.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Let's not think that because we have unemployment, because people think that the system is not favoring them, and we must always have a mafia way to get our way through. Sometimes let's allow the system to work. Fine. He has ended up being employed, but how would Nanaba and Bula see this guy? How would they see this guy? Have you also thought of that? That how would they see this guy in case in their line of duty something pops up and they want to figure out the person that is responsible or culprit?
Oh, you think they think he's
you have a bad record. You have a bad record.
He's a black sheep there.
You get it? So you see, let young guys understand that we can make it by being fair.
Okay.
Let's not be foul all the time. Right now, you've ended up being employed.
Oh, sure.
But have you also slept? The boy himself, has he slept? Ask himself, how would these my bosses see me? And how would even my co-workers, my colleagues at the workplace see me?
You think he should decline the offer?
No. Finally, I mean, he has ended up being employed. You know the unemployment situation in Ghana. I mean, of course. But I'm trying to paint a picture that he knows that should there be any he is the first suspect.
That's interesting. Anyway, that's Prince Techi, public interest advocate, and he says, well, Albert is going to be the black sheep already, and so I mean, left to him. Okay, so you wouldn't think he should reconsider this particular appointment?
I'm rather saying that we should advise ourselves.
Okay,
that we can't always be foul all the time. Let's be fair, because right now you've ended up being employed, but your conscience is not serving you right.
Well, let's see if someone can serve us right. Remember that in December we are having the Love FM Inshra FM blood donation exercise, and of course we are doing this in collaboration with the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital. Yes, we are getting closer to Xmas or the Yuletide, and of course these times always see a surge in road accidents, creating the need for blood at the various hospitals that we have across this country. Yes, and of course there are lots of children, pregnant women who may also need blood infusion during this particular period. In fact, there's somebody right now that the family is rushing to go get blood for them. And just as Christ laid his life down for our sins, let's replicate this kind gesture by donating a pint of blood to save other people's life, okay? Remember, this comes off on Saturday, December 4, 2021, at the forecourt of Love 99.5 FM, 7 a.m. sharp. Of course, you can locate Love FM just at the BONSU traffic light. That's where you can locate us. Come donate a pint of blood to save dying souls. Of course, this blood donation is brought to you by our superstation. Yes, Love 99.5 FM, where you get to experience the joy, and your number one account radio station, Inshra 104.5 FM. It's proudly supported by so many companies. Yes, we have Eco Laundry on board. We have Ejaba Jewelry. We have Guarantee Trust Bank on board. We have Interface Limited. We have Boss T-Roll supporting us. Family Product is here with us. Sasa Chili Sauce, they are here solidly behind us. St. Ben's Jewelry, yes, you can never go wrong with them when it comes to rings and jewelry and all the beautiful ornaments that you are thinking of on that special day. We have New Life Homeopathic Clinic also with us, Natural Link Company Limited, and Ignacio Plus Pharmacy Limited. Of course, for the best blood syrup you can ever find on the market, it's Ferromin 12 syrup and capsules, which contains all the nutritional values, including vitamins B1, 2, 3, and 6, B12, and of course vitamin C. It also has iron and zinc, which helps in the formation of hemoglobin and red blood cells. It also helps to regain post-menstrual loss of blood. So to the women, to the ladies out there, I mean, if it's that time of the month and you've lost so much blood, don't worry. Ferromin 12 is here to help you. Remember, it's available in all pharmacies and chemical shops, but for bulk purchases, you have to go to Ignacio Plus Pharmaceuticals Limited, located at Star Junction, opposite the Allied Oil on the Santase Highway. You can call them on 0243 530 172. The number again to Ignacio Plus Pharmacy is 0243 530 172. Trade Rent Chemist is also with us. Daxa Dental Clinic, they are solidly behind us. Multineck Enterprise, and of course Fidelity Healthcare. Fidelity Healthcare serves healthcare services, of course, provides healthcare at the comfort of your home, your office, your church, your mosque, your wherever you are. Fidelity Healthcare Services is ready to serve you. They give special attention to diabetics and of course hypertensive people. Each client signs up to Fidelity Healthcare gets your blood pressure, sugar level of oxygen in your blood, body weight check for you, and of course the company also organizes exercise program for registered patients at the Kumasi City Mall, which is tagged Walk Out Diabetes, or WOD for short, and this happens every last Saturday of the month. Registered patients also get fruits and vegetables once in a month, and also in order to enhance your healthy lifestyle. Get your form for 20 Ghana cedis and a monthly charge of 110 Ghana cedis. Very cool price for all of these benefits. Pick up your forms at the Kumasi South Government Hospital at Atonsu Agogo, or call Fidelity Healthcare at on 0549 623293, 0549 623293, or you can also call them on 055 740 6151. 055-740-6151. Of course, join us. Let's donate blood to save a life. And also do remember that on the 26th to the 28th of November, every morning, 7 a.m. sharp, at the Kumasi City Mall, is the Love FM DBS Insura FM.
Anything, because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you will pass. We will bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you will pass. We will bend the paper. It's like that for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you will pass. We will bend the paper. It's like that for me.
Sure. Welcome to another edition of
things you'd love to hear from the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. Here is one of them.
Mr. Speaker, we know we can get the job done. It is well known that prior to the pandemic, we had stabilized and turned around the economy. We had been able to reverse the worrying economic trends we inherited and place the country on a path of fiscal sustainability and growth. We doubled the economic growth rate from 3.4 percentage points to an average of 7% between the period. It is undisputed, Mr. Speaker, that we brought down the fiscal deficit below the 5% threshold. We improved our gross. We provided free SHS for 1.2 million Ghanaian students. We provided free hot meals for 3.4 million public pupils in basic schools. We supported 1.9 million farmers with improved seedlings and fertilizers through our Planting for Food and Jobs program. We provided temporary employment to 100,000 of young people through the NAPCO program. We abolished several new taxes. We set the nation on its biggest private sector-owned industrialization program in the history of Ghana with the 1D biggest foreign exchange earnings from tourists during our historic 2019 year of return program. By March 2020, Mr. Speaker, our first quarter macro fiscal indicators reflected the turnaround we had accomplished over the 3.5 years. Indeed, we had just experienced an oversubscription of our 3 billion bond issuance and set a record of the longest sovereign Africa bond of 41 years on the international capital markets as a result of strong investor confidence.
Now there are other things that he mentioned in the 348-page document. That is how voluminous the 2022 budget really is. But let me touch a bit on the things he mentions on roads. And he says major pipeline projects that are expected to take off in 2022 include: 1, please literally remove your ears and listen well. You never know, your area could be part of the places where the major projects in the pipeline could happen. So we have the first one being the Accra-Kumasi dualization, which they say will be in sections or will be done in sections. Kumasi South and Western Bypass, yes, it's a project in the pipeline. Kumasi Outer Ring Road, it's also a project in the pipeline. Manfi Koforidia Road, that is when you're going to Accra from the Koforidia side, Manfi, yes, they will be working on that one. We also have Oyibi Dodowa Somenya Akuse Junction Road. Accra Outer Ring Road, according to the finance minister, will take off in 2022. Esuchari Junction Volivo Bridge, yes, it's also in the pipeline. Eastern Corridor Road, hey, it's our road. How many times does it appear? Eastern Corridor Road.
It's like Obuasi Ariankanta.
No, seriously, it's
Obuasi Ariankanta, Eastern Corridor Road. Obuasi Ariankanta.
And then there was another one, Fufusu Sola.
Fufusu Sola. So Eastern Corridor Road, 2022, it will take off. And okay, so this they're looking at Bintiri to Kulungugu. Yes, Eastern Corridor Road. Oh, Sola is here. Solawa Road is also in the pipeline. And yes. Construction of construction of 5 interchanges in the Greater Kumasi metropolitan area, including Swami, Santasi, and Airport Runabout. For the Swami one, I can't tell how many times it's been here. But of course, after this quick message, we'll be talking about things still concerning roads in the budget. Please stay tuned.
There are more important issues that we have to talk about, but always you bring in MPP, NDC, MPP, NDC. Why don't you bring experts who talk about issues that will give us the numbers and the facts so that we understand what is going on? What is all this MPP and NDC matter?
Decision Point is your all-new comprehensive program.
Welcome to another edition of
Has a blog
write fact, so I don't think I'll be
you write facts.
When you write this, hey Sewa, we know what you've been up to in this country. What do you know?
Where did you pick that from?
That is your Twitter page.
Okay.
That
Twitter is our agenda.
What's this agenda? So in other words, it's about fooling and saying stupid things that is meant to tarnish someone else's image. What's this factual about what you've written about Sewa?
I mean, Twitter is a different word, you know.
How? Twitter?
Get that right. You can't even spell am I. You can't even spell it. Yet you think you can sit behind a phone and write crap on Twitter about people. Simple am I. You can't spell it. But that's not the point. You question people's relevance. How relevant do you think you are? Because I've seen tweets of you rubbishing Lydia Forson too.
I need to get the source of. I mean,
it's your phone. Your phone is in your pocket.
So you said you deal with facts. Yes. No, we wrote just on October 10 that the 4.5K issue that person is paid more than you at GH1 TV.
Do you know my salary?
I mean, how did you know?
That's why I'm telling you that what you see on Twitter is different from.
You sit on Twitter and you write utter nonsense about people. You've said horrible things about me, Sewa, Lydia Forsen, Bridget, other people on your Twitter. Here I am. Say it to my face.
Why should I?
Why shouldn't
you?
Because Twitter is not real life.
I have always said that people who bully people, when they see them, they can't even talk.
You can't even.
You are a very clear example of those people.
You can't. If you sit on Twitter and you say that it's a different life, and you can insult Lydia Forsen that you haven't met before, and you meet her, you will go shush. You can't speak like right now.
Because it looks like when you meet real human beings, you can't express yourself.
You cannot. You go back on Twitter and write crap.
Yes.
Go ahead. I don't care. But the thing is, you couldn't say it to my.
Our roads are being fixed. It is true that more roads have been fixed and are being fixed over the last 5 years than any relative period in the entire history of our nation. We even want to do a lot more, and this budget will cater for this. That is why for decades, governments after governments imposed and maintained tolls on some public roads to raise funds for road construction and maintenance. This is the situation in many countries. However, over the years, the tolling further and impacted negatively on productivity. The congestion generated at the tolling points, besides creating these inconveniences, also leads to pollution in and around the vicinities. To address these challenges, government has abolished all tolls on public roads and bridges. This takes effect immediately. The budget is approved on appropriation. The toll collection personnel will be reassigned. The expected impact on productivity and reduce environmental pollution will more than offset the revenue foregone by removing the tolls. Tolls, Mr. Speaker, would be abolished on all public roads.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and click on that bell icon and get notified.
Almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates. Oh, you pass. You bend the paper. It's like for me. Because almost all we saw it in our school, in the mock. Oh, this is not a poor matter. We are having quality teachers. In fact, extraordinary. Not simple teachers, graduates and graduates.
Our roads are. It is true that more roads have been fixed and are being fixed over the last 5 years than any relative period in the entire history of our nation. We even want to do a lot more, and this budget will cater for this. That is why for decades, governments after governments imposed and maintained tolls on some public roads to raise funds for road construction and maintenance. This is the situation in many countries. However, over the years, the tolling and impacted negatively on productivity. The congestion generated at the tolling points, besides creating these inconveniences, also leads to pollution in and around the vicinities. To address these challenges, government has abolished all tolls on public roads and bridges. This takes effect immediately. The budget is approved on appropriation. The toll collection
ways to raise revenue, of course, after it scrapped this, and that is where government seeks to get money from to fix our roads, according to the minister, is that they are proposing a 1.7% phone transaction levy payable by mobile money users per transactions above 100 Ghana cedis. Let me say that again. Now, our roads are going to be fixed through a proposed 1.7% phone transaction levy payable by mobile money users or subscribers per transactions above 100 cedis. And government says this will help show up revenue inflows to fund road projects in the country. And of course, already the NDC has reacted. General Secretary of the party, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, aka General Mosquito, is saying that Momo tax is quite retrogressive. But there have also been reactions regarding the scrap of the toll booth from some drivers here in the region.
Momo nyakonya na makotena parliament ana dia mo pena momoye ana dia mo pena de bia mo keka kire munto petro muntia la bia no ase condition mutimu koba se ya mutom bia ya ka bu ka se etwem na mu dodo se na wa ye tika mo ya koba mu hu ye so ye mobo mu se ye bre mu hu ye mo na ye ne toba na ma mo campaign nyina bi boa mo ye nyina bi boa mo roto e say 50% na 1 cedi ro na ye ntimi ntwa on fa di roto nandi ye petrol want so my on petrol so embra for my yo e dey pay for mo that the unions na no omo so my mba o so mo ye nkwala o hu omo so mo ye be omo nkasa na you aban no nti ade no so ana demonstration mo say ba say embra so no mo nja don so to omo ye omo no yeah ade wa for nanado ye dey ka kire o ade wa for ni abri o se wunni ma ye ka kire o ene roto Memi okumase ase minka ada mi ko sunya makotwa roto mi okumase minka ada mi ko konongo no makotwa roto mi okumase ta junction mi ko adu roto me re kotwa roto tripeto no so na nya adwuma o say roto
it's as simple as that. Petrol so rather than scrapping off rotos, because if you are not traveling outside of a particular region, but interesting that we understand on social media, a gentleman today crossed the Tema end, the road toll at the Tema end of the motorway, and when they question him, says, are the money ready now? Yes, they say you're free, but please, it's not taking effect now. It's taking effect after the document has been approved, and so the budget has been read. In fact, other key things that came in the budget today include, of course, we've talked about Momo to be taxed, passage of tax exemption bill, You Start initiative to create 1 million jobs, according to the government, NAPCO extended by 1 year, government to spend 137.5 billion in the year 2022, and of course, benchmark values on some goods also removed. Richard, let me give you 5 full minutes for the budget.
Patricia, thank you. 5 minutes. Okay, first of all, let me start from the decision by government to actually tax financial transactions. That is electronic financial transactions. So it's basically not just on mobile money. People are looking at it to be mobile money, but it encompasses so many things, which also include e-commerce transactions.
Sure.
Like something like Jumia, when you go there and then
when you buy stuff online, you get to pay all of that.
Pay and all those kind of things. First, I would presume that this whole tax concepts, there are so many taxes that were proposed in the budget, but with respect to this e-levy, I have said that it's actually counterproductive to the government policy on digitization, and it's actually also a nuisance on the Bank of Ghana's drive to achieve a cashless economy. Because why do I say that? We are an economy where big sums of cash are always withdrawn from the bank for purposes of making payment of goods and services. And we are encouraging as much as possible citizens to actually reduce the cash that they take. Because mind you, as people actually continue to hold on cash notes, then it actually gets defaced, and then the country will have to spend a lot of money in trying to actually replace those cash. And so for a country that have actually decided to be on the journey of digital policy, one would have expected that the government will bring out measures that will rather encourage people from adopting this digital policy rather than discouraging them from such concept. And so there are so many models and theories to actually explain the fact that when cost actually becomes high, people become jittery in trying to adapt technology. If the government is actually looking for avenue to tax the citizen, and I have heard that they want to widen the tax net, if this e-levy is actually about widening the tax net, then I would say that is a lazy approach. Because in 2019, the government actually increased the communication service tax from the then 6% and then took it to 9%. And the reason we were giving was that the government wanted to have a safe technology ecosystem. They wanted to invest in cybersecurity, and then they wanted to also get some money for youth employment and all that. That particular tax was implemented for about a year, and then in 2020, during the COVID, the government went back to Parliament in the mid-year budget review and decided that they were reducing the communication service tax from 9% back to 5%. And then the same explanation was given that they wanted to ease the pressure on consumers. Today, the government actually comes back again to rather reintroduce another levy, and the same reason has actually been given for the introduction of the e-levy, which I call the digitization tax. Now, the point is, that 1 year revenue that government collected, what was the use of it? And going forward, how are we sure that this money coming from the e-levy is actually going to be used for what exactly government is saying that it's going to use? And so for anybody who believes in the digital economy, and I find it so weird that a government which this year has championed so much of digital economy is rather discouraging the population from actually being on a digital economy, because the theory exists. Research has shown that if you have technology and the cost of using the technology is high, people will not use the technologies. So for our country, which is actually trying to frog in adapting technology, you wouldn't put barriers from people from using them. And then again, if government doesn't take care, the supposed revenue they are going to gain, they might not gain that. Because people sending in remittances who have to pay money on tax on these remittances may have to find ways by which the remittances will get to their family members in the country.
Absolutely.
And so if government has any basis, which I agree, there is the need for us to widen the tax net. When you say this, somebody will ask you, what is the alternative? Today, a plumber comes to my house to come and fix some work for us. And then at the end of the work, his estimate, how much he's charging us for today, is that he was taking 420 cedis for fixing our plumbing work for us. This person is paid 420 cedis. This is an income the person has received. Imagine this person get 420 cedis for 3 days. He's getting close to 1,500. If he gets it for 4 days, he's getting close to 2,000.
Yeah.
This is equivalent to how much somebody is taking in the formal sector. The question is, how then can government put in place measures to ensure that the plumber who came to my house and took 420 today is paying income tax on the money he took?
Good.
This is the thinking government will have to do. And that is about widening the tax net. It is not about continuing to tax the already small population of the people who are overburdened with taxes. Then as I end, because of time, for me, the concept of the road toll, I agree very much with government. In any case, this road toll at the end of the year gives us just around 72 million Ghana cedis. I mean, it's wholly inadequate. So I believe that because of the environment, climate change, and
so many other things, I think
it's a good initiative.
Okay, so I'm going to give Prince his time, but I'll just also, at the moment, activate the line so that we can have our listeners and Prince doing this concurrently. So 03220-83596, 03220-83597, 03220-83598. You can actually join us in the studio also right now. 03220-83596, 03220-83597, 03220-83598. We have some messages also on Facebook. We're reading all of them out to you. Of course, you have sent it, and so definitely we need to share with you, Prince. But let me give you briefly the budget.
Well, let me start with the road levy.
Okay.
That is the road toll, abolishment of the road toll. I also disagree with my co-panel. Public interest advocate also disagrees with government.
Okay.
We think that the reasons for which government feels that they want to scrap it, they could have, tried other means of ensuring that we maximize the use of road tolls. Let's not make it look as if Ghana is the only country having road tolls. Go elsewhere, US, Mexico, they have it there. So we can if we think that people are embezzling the funds, we can make it automated. Okay. Again, if we feel that road toll is causing nuisance, if that is traffic wise, if we make it automated, clearly it will ease that sort of pressure there.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
But to do this and come and increase the price of fuel, this evening on Top Story, Evans Mensah.
Yeah, Evans. Yeah.
There was some sort of debate between Kesla Atufolsen and the chairman of the finance committee in Parliament, Oramu Kokukwati.
Yes.
Government is hinting in increasing roadworthy the amount they pay for DVLA. So you see, government is just abolishing 50 pesos and trying to burden drivers, both public and private, with over 10 cedis, because part of it is now on the fuel. Other parts, they are hinting of increasing the roadworthy amount they pay there. So we think we feel that government shouldn't be lazy. Government shouldn't be lazy.
You think it's a lazy approach?
A lazy man's approach. I'll tell you. Government shouldn't be lazy. Governments are meant to think outside the box to solve problems that are confronting us. And you see, if we are asking what people were supposed to mine their road tolls, were they not supposed to be disabled?
Physically challenged
people are now mining the place. So they've changed the entire narrative. The narrative is that those that are physically impaired must be given this so that at least they also feel part of the country. Here's the case that some ministers of state and MPs have they've even taken concessions of these road tolls.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Some of them are being managed by some companies
which belongs to information we are saying.
You understand? So if we do this and we come out and say we are not maximizing profit, in my view, government can make it automated and also ensure that we help for the people to see that indeed road toll is not meant to, you see, even the traffic jam, in as much as we say that Kaswa and its enclave road tolls are causing nuisance, slowing down is a way of controlling accident.
Let me announce the phone lines again. 03220 83596 03220 83597 03220 83598. You can join us in the studios now with your comments or observations. We are here to listen to you. But let me go on Facebook, and a certain Eddie Ames says, Pat. Okay. And that's an interesting one. Thank you so much for that one. I mean, so Pat Munche English anyway. Lillian Akosia, okay, before I go to Lillian, I have my first call on the line. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my beautiful sister One. What's up?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you two?
Oh, by grace, I'm good and strong down here.
Okay, please tell us your name. We are excited to have you as our first caller.
Please, my name is Political One.
Okay, you have the first minute.
Yeah, you know, like my brother has rightly said that even the toll booth is being captured and taken over by some reckless positions, right? You know, we live in Ghana here where we are trying to bury down the truth and plant out the false hope to the underprivileged people. You know, so I think it is time for the citizens to rise up, okay, so that, you know, we can build better Ghana for everyone, but not to build Ghana for only one or two greedy, bastard, you know, one person challenge. Let me look my ways. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, political thinker. 03220 83596 03220 83597. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
This is
Kojo from PATRICIA.
Okay, Kojo, the next minute is yours.
How are you at the studio?
Please, we are doing amazing. Thanks for asking.
We told you this morning that this MPP government has nothing better for us again. You see, instead of them scrapping the luxurious flights which they use, they didn't say anything about it. They didn't even mention the luxurious amount they've used on their trips abroad. You see, if you want to do something better for your people, you cut down what you as a parent, unnecessary aspect of it. But see what has happened. They didn't mention it on the petrol. Instead, look at the toll booth and the rest. What does it mean? What does really this mean? You see, and this mobile phone issues, they want to tax the Momo and the
other electronic transactions.
Yes. You see, earlier on, people send money from abroad to Ghana through dubious means. But if you charge something little, they use the right channel to bring the money down. If now you want to charge, I mean, they also find ways to harbor it. You see, so who benefits? So this man, they should prepare themselves for 2024 and they walk out from the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your call. 03220 83596. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, we can hear you. Tell us your name.
I'm called Anthony Amuabu.
Okay, Anthony, and you're calling us from where?
Yeah, I'm calling from Kokoto.
Okay, you have the next minute, please.
Okay, it's good. We are discussing this thing, but sometimes we tend to analyze things without looking at it holistically. I noticed my brother just made mention that you take the road to levy and you put it in. Is it the DVLA roadworthy stuff?
Yeah, that's what he mentioned, yeah.
If one is to pay 10 cedis for the roadwork in a year, calculate the amount of levy they'll be collecting from you. At the end of the year, wouldn't it be more than the 10 cities? So sometimes we tend to look at it as if that chunk of 10 cities is so huge an amount that they are charging it more than necessary. But we should know that in a way, paying 10 cities, one off 10 cities for a year, and 50 pesos they will be collecting every blessed day. At the end of the year, you'll be paying more than 1,000% of the amount they are now charging. So sometimes we shouldn't just look at it as if the whole thing is totally wrong. You know, yes, we are being burdened by taxes, but we should take a look at it. We shouldn't just condemn everything because on the face of it, it's just as if, oh, it's good to pay. But we should. That's my take on it.
Okay, thank you so much for your message on your call. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. Please tell us your name.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
My name is Kweku Asampana.
Okay, Kweku, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Achumen Popo.
Okay, Kweku, you have the next minute.
You know, the very first time that I called on your program, I told that the black African is always a mess. And you seem not to find it comfortable when I use certain words. I must say that we are not helping ourselves as a country. We are not doing ourselves any good. I sometimes wonder how our leaders think. And it sometimes becomes very painful when you are talking about them. Look at the state that our country finds itself. You see, I'm into farming, and I have never found this thing easy in the past 2 years. And they didn't seem to make any concrete policies that will solve this kind of mess that we find ourselves in. Price of maize is going up every day. Soybeans is going up every day. Even palm kernel waste is going up every day. And these guys think all what they need to do is to impound us with taxes. Me, I'm from the Upper East. I have my grandmom there. I used to send her 200 cedis every month. So the old lady who is not working, when I send her money, you are going to deduct tax from it. Jesus Christ. Why are we doing this to ourselves? They are insensitive. For Christ's sake, what is this? Oh, Charlie, this country is up.
Bibi fine. Thank you so much. I think I can pick my last caller for tonight. If I have the person, Joel, we can pull through. Okay, so Liliana Kosia Bedia says President Akufo-Addo has done it again. 1.75 levy slapped on Momo other electronic transactions, AECA, and she goes ahead to say, so government scraps road tolls, phone transaction levy to pay for roads, insensitive government, Krabeni. And Akolache Roxon is asking, is it true that there's no budget allocation for environmental issues? Yes, it's quite a voluminous document. We'll be breaking it down as and when the days go by. So definitely we'll be finding out more which sectors got what, and of course how much. And okay, Zeno Bernard says you're listening. African Child says you're listening. Tina Timenka, Richmond, okay, send me Momo now. Okay, so the Momo is going to be taxed, gentlemen. Nana also says okay, and